and everyone can say hello.
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 Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Curse of Strahd campaign with my lovely players. Before we get into everything in introductions, please make sure, first off, Hydro, thank you for the raid. It's very weird to get a pre-raid. We appreciate it, and I hope... Dro's lot, if Dro's character dies today, it's their fault. All right? Don't blame me. All right? I'm just a DM, and that's it. And that's
Don't think
it.
the drama my community wants.
Maybe you'll get disadvantage on things just because of that raid. Anyway, but yeah, Curse of Strahd, for those who are new here, is a horror-based D&D campaign. It does have some triggering content, so just make sure you can Google the content if you want to. I don't have any commands or anything like that for that. But if anything's triggering that pops up, please make sure you mute the stream, leave the stream, walk away from the stream, whatever you need to do. Make sure you're looking after yourself, because my players here have consented to pretty much everything in this game. I'm pretty sure we ran through most of the things. But obviously, the audience, you haven't, so make sure you're looking after yourselves. Second thing, as you can see, this blank box right here, we are playing down. Today, Token Magpie has better things to do, god damn it. But there's really cool shit what we're doing. But they are our artists, so any of these character portraits down below here is done by them, and if you want to support them and tip them, please use the command Pally, because we want to make sure we're paying our artists, and it will also go towards the lovely Carmen or Seville's who did this overlay right here as well. What else do I need to say? Oh yeah, VODs. I haven't posted the last VOD, but I'll make sure I'll post both VODs on my YouTube channel, so if you want to catch up or anything like that, please do so. Last session was really fun. But yeah, let's introduce our lovely players. So we'll start with Rain. We are joined by Gossamer Arts playing Rain, the Rogue Warlock. Oh, you've just gone into your actual subclass as well right now. So that's pretty sick. So you might get to see that. Who knows? Who knows? We are obviously joined by Hydro playing Bakor, the Twilight Domain Cleric, I believe. Yes, I've got to remember so much shit today, so please tell me if I'm wrong. And last but no means least, we are joined by Naomi, or Rosewaterfish, playing Davy, the Spores Druid. And Turquoise Magpie's character, Lint, a Order of the Scribe Wizard. Basically, really cool book. That's all you need to know right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to pilot them. We might do a thing where they're just out of the picture. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just cast something at a distance safely. So I don't want to kill any players when they're not here. You know what I mean? I almost killed Droz, but that's not an issue.
That was rough.
Dro's not here. Both of them attack Dro's character immediately. But yeah, let's have a quick recap of our last session, because quite a fucking lot happened. After the gang, the Mistwalkers, how I like to call them, they wandered towards Vallaki. They're heading towards a place called Vallaki, as they are escorting a lady called Irina. And Irina is the daughter of a burgomaster, or basically a mayor. But the reason why they are escorting this lady is because she is being not tortured, but kind of by a person called Strahd. The party knows that this Strahd character is the tyrant, if you would, of these lands covered in mist. And for some reason, he's very much attracted to Irina for whatever reason that might be. They've been told that Vallaki, a place further into Barovia, has a bit more of a chance to defend themselves. And it's apparently out of the vision of this creature, this master of the lands. As they left the hometown of Barovia, they continued their journey through the Svalek woods, and they were attacked by these undead skeletons, which had weird lights in the middle of their skulls. At a bit of time, and another nat 20 against Davy's character, because, you know, I like attacking the tank. the gang finally figured out what they had to do here, and the creatures what were inside these skeletons kept coming back with more. They found out that these specters had their like home, their grave, desecrated. So they cleaned it all up, and in a way of saying thank you, they just didn't kill them, which is wonderful. After that time, they arrived at a Vistani camp, the home to a lady called Madame Eva, a psychic called Madame Eva, who has powers of foresight. This lady was the one who reached out to this party to bring them into the mists of Bravia in the hopes of maybe solving this issue, what's going on. They all had their personal readings done before the main read, which you guys are all going to see today. The reading is basically going to be the setup for the rest of the campaign. Everything seemed kind of normal, in a sense. Rain had theirs, and it came across that the characters weren't that happy with what they heard from Madame Eva. But that's how it goes sometimes. And then Davy, in their joyful ways, came in, all friendly to Madame Eva. She sat down, and Madame Eva's a bit of a show person, as they shown the card to Davy with a smile on her face and a wink, and the card burst into this black ichor and took over Madame Eva's body to create a form of something very powerful, disconnected, but extremely powerful, covered in just, we said it was like ink, but it was also like a mesh of things as well. And it had 3 masks. One was kind of like a deer mask with antlers spreading into the infinite above, which was completely silent, apart from the sounds of nature coming from it, from different areas on it. Another mask had 6 eye holes, and there was ink or ichor dripping from them, and it was covered in spider-like details with runes carved in. And the final mask was a mask that was covered in bandages, where there was holes where the eyes would be. And the last thing they said was, "Child of the swamp, we've been waiting for you." But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to jump.
Or we could.
No. We're going to jump from this scene inside Madame Eva's tent to the outside of the tent, where dancing is still going off, drinking is still happening. Real quick for Bakor and Rain, while you've had these little what's the word I'm thinking of? You've been basically told a couple of fortunes for you both, right? Question is, what would you two be doing in this moment when you see the Vistani families dancing around you in revelry? I don't know what you two would be like right now. There is a campfire with the benches around it too, so you two tell me before we continue.
Oh, because soaking. He's sitting on one of the seats around the campfire and just like drinking his wine that was given to him, and just like soaking a bit.
I think Rain would walk right up to Baka and be like, "You believe in a god, right?
Yeah.
Can you kill a god?"
Yeah. Actually, there are ways to kill a god.
Roll me a
How?
religion check. This is actually very interesting.
Who rolls a religion check?
This will be Bakor. They claim they know.
Oh god, I don't know.
You rolled low?
It's a 7.
Okay. Do me a favor.
I made it up.
Okay. Do me a favor. Because you don't know, roll me a deception check to see if you can convince Rain that, yeah, of course you know.
Ooh, I'm a worse liar. I rolled the 4.
Rain, roll me an insight check real quick to see if you'll quickly understand if Bakor's full of shit.
I got a 10.
Okay, so Bakor, continue what you would say, all right, with with you not understanding, but with Rain thinking,
I'm full of shit. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
No, you could kill a god. You could kill a god for sure. Just keep in mind I'm like tipsy as fuck. This one time I went out somewhere and I did this thing and there was a god there, right? And when the god was there, I like chucked something at him and then he died.
You've killed a god.
Yeah, I like threw something like at him and just died, dead.
Was this before or after you've been under the influence of an alcohol?
I will let you know I haven't drunk a day in my life.
Something to
Oh,
bear in
you're
mind for the
holding wine?
something to bear in mind in the audience. Because first chance of drinking wine in Death House, immediately took it and then got poisoned by it. So just for some context in this.
I think Rain is going to Rain is standing but kind of swaying a little bit because they've had a lot of rum, and Rain's gonna look at Bakan and be like, I think I have a god, but I'm gonna try and kill him.
Right,
Could you help me with that?
Yeah, let's go throw things at your god. Who is it?
I don't know who he is. I think I have an idea of where he is now, but I've seen all sorts of people who believe in God and they got to go through this whole journey. And I'm trying to get things done now. So if I just kill my God and then take whatever ability he has, I can get things done faster.
All right.
So we're going to kill God.
I love that idea. Here's the thing though, right? I have this bottle of juice that I have to finish first. So let's do that, and then let's wait for Davey because we haven't seen Davey in a little while, and then let's go kill a god. Let's go kill a god.
Actually, has Davey been gone for like a while?
It's been a little bit, right? I don't remember when Did went in. I'm hammered right now. Honestly, Rain, I don't know what's going on.
Can I roll a perception to see if like maybe Davey's been gone for a bit?
So you don't need to roll for this because it's kind of obvious. The time that's passed for you guys when you went in and came out is pretty much very similar. It's not been going on for that long, honestly. So you might think they've gone for a while, but it's actually quite normal. It's not time hasn't passed that much, honestly. But as you are having this conversation and there are the dance is happening and the music is playing around you, you do overhear someone who's comes across maybe slightly drunk, maybe, and he's sort of just mumbling words to everyone, and you notice that some of the Vistani are listening and engaged, but they're doing it because they kind of feel sorry for this person. It comes across as they've heard this story before. As he's sitting there, he is leaning around and goes, "A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing," and he looks at all of you. "A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft," and he points in the direction towards where you would assume where Ravenloft is, "to a precipice overlooking the falls," and he points up the river as you see the falls going down really far away, and just points where that is. "I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river, honestly, to search the wizard's body. Because why not? Wizards have good stuff. And all I saw was the river itself. The river Ivlis had already spirited him away." And you see the Vistani are just yeah, all right, Gramps, all right, chill, relax. And they just wander around while he's just drinking and looks at you both and goes, "Cheers." And he stands up and just wanders off to where his tent is.
Oi, Grandpa. Come here.
It's very,
What was that
that's
about?
very rude, young one. Yep. And he like stumbles right next to you. Yep.
Can you point me again in the direction of where that wizard fell?
Oh, just up there. And he points to the falls. Seer Falls is the name of this, actually.
Okay, so I think Rain's gonna lean down to Bakan and be like, I bet there's something totally sitting at like the bottom of that river that we could steal.
Let's go get it.
Let's go get it. Let's go get it.
Let's go get it.
So as you plan amongst yourselves what you're going to do next, especially if you this tantalizing tale of a wizard falling down to the pits below, we are going to flash back into complete darkness again. Davey, you see this creature sort of cracking its head slightly. Dro, your camera's off. Cracking its head slightly, and as it takes its next breath, it goes to you. Long ago, Davy, we were the guardians of these lands until the devil Strahd took it away from us. We need you, child of the swamp, to free these lands. The three are lands. And you see this thing. I can only describe it as a thing, right? And as I said, behind it is darkness, slightly lighter than this thing in front of you. The lights behind start to shift into different environments. One is an area surrounded by deep forest lands. And you see surrounding you, you're in the center of some kind of... I don't know how much David would know. I know you volunteer that they don't know too much about certain things, right? But I'm going to say from Davy's point of view right now, at least, unless you feel like they want to roll for something, totally fine. There's this like funny looking tall stones surrounding you in a circle. The forest fades out and fades into a similar setup. The stones around you are slightly different shaped. A little bit of moss is growing on them. This area feels a bit more homely for you. You do hear the creaking of frogs, because I like making frog noises, off in the distance, and there's bubbles of just brown liquid just around. And you notice, by the way, previously, sorry, when you were in that forest area, the mask that was facing you was the deer creature skull one. On this one, when it spins, it is the creature that has the 6 eye holes. It fades, and it transitions to a rockier terrain. Mountainous in its nature. You've definitely seen mountains in your time in Barovia because you can't fucking miss them. The mountains themselves are almost like encompassing or encircling the lands as en masse. There are, in your heads, you know at least where north and south is, right? There are mountains to the north and south of you. You don't know the names of any of them. I don't think, unless you've spoken to someone. But you just know there's mountains around, really far away. And it goes back to black. Child of the swamp, freeing our veins from the corrupted states they have put into will bring normality to our domains.
I don't really understand. Thank you for all of the pretty images, but I don't know what you want me to do.
You are connected to these lands, but you have not been corrupted by him yet. The other druids of this land, they are the ones who taught him what to do. There is one you must seek deep in the mountains. He knows the secret of how these veins were corrupted. And so, you will be the one to bring it back. We cannot return, but we wish our lands to be pure.
So, corruption, that's bad?
You don't hear a voice. You just hear the sound of nature from the deer mask one. As it's almost... you know what it sounds like, actually? It sounds like a tree cracking, breaking, and falling. That's all you hear.
You want to go back to how you used to be, but I think you're very pretty right now.
And you almost feel like they want to say thank you. There's a certain charm you give them. They look at you as their head is slowly circling around. And they just look at you and go, we cannot be in this form for too long. Madam Eva cannot handle this for too much longer. You have your task. We ask you to follow it.
I guess I don't know if I'll be much help, but I can be your friend, and I can try.
That's all we ask of you.
Can I touch your antler?
No. As it starts to fade, they turn just like in shadowed black as their form drops to the floor below. And it's weird. David, you notice in this moment that your feet aren't touching anything. You notice, though, that underneath you is a slight shimmer in the darkness, almost like it's water of some type. And the last bit you hear before we fade out is as rain starts to fall around you. And we pull back to Madam Eva. And she continues the end of her speech for you. And she looks at you and goes, "Well, child, it seems that you are ready to go. I think you already knew where to go, actually. You just needed some friends, actually."
Can you do that again?
Once I've done the reading, dear, it's done.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but
okay.
you can keep the card, though.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Take it.
Okay, well, go enjoy your moment for now, and then I'll call you all in for your main reading afterwards. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Wonderful.
I think.
Enjoy. As you turn and as you walk out, again, it goes from silence into from Madam Eva's tent into just joyful colors and dancing, and you see Rain and Bakor. We'll say Lint is off to the side writing notes furiously. Maybe you might see them like muttering a few words for some reason. But yeah, so you three meet again at the fire.
Can we dance some more?
I want to say yes immediately. However, how do you feel about going to a river where a wizard supposedly died and trying to see if we can steal some of his shit?
I love rivers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're
Let's go.
awesome. The river's awesome. The river's awesome. Don't read too much into that. Anyways, Paka, let's go.
Let's go.
The river, by the way, is like quite quickly streaming by you. Just so you're aware, before you head out, the actual journey to where you want to go is going to take a long ass time. just so you're aware. And you haven't had your pulls yet from Madam Eva. So maybe at the point where you were about to leave, that's when you hear the all in your heads.
Rain's like, God damn it.
Let's go back.
Maybe she can fortune tell us where the wizard's stuff is.
Maybe. For the price. Who knows?
Maybe she'll turn into a three-headed thing again.
Again?
Sorry?
What was that?
Did that not happen with you?
No, she just didn't tell me anything I wanted to know. So I want
She
my
told me
money
everything I
back,
didn't wanna
actually.
know.
Did we pay money for this?
I don't
No money?
think so.
Check. You want to check your pockets to see?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
If somebody stole money from me, I'm going to burn down this entire.
I got a nat 20.
Okay. All right, let's
Wait, it was inside or investigation?
investigation.
I don't have any money. Davey checks.
I'm
their
holding
pockets
all the
just to
money,
hear them.
so
It's like sticks
I got an
and
11.
lids.
11. I mean, you're checking. You see. Have you got any hidden pouches?
Yeah, like on the inside of my jacket.
Okay, so you check there as well. Nothing seems to be taken. Bakor, with a natural 20. I mean, you kind of just see what Rain's doing. You watch Rain, and you're like, Well, they're the ones who've got the money, so that's it. You might check wherever you store your stuff, you know. Nothing seems to be at fault here.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe when there's dancing happening, I believe it was when last session Davey was jumping into people, avoiding, like, for some reason, avoiding children at the same time. Bumping might have happened, and some of you, namely you, Rain, might know that that's the optimal moment to pickpocket when you bump into someone, right? So you quickly flash back to that, and you didn't think of anything there either. So
Could Rain have pickpocketed other people?
If we can flash back, I will absolutely give you a chance to do that if you want to.
Sure.
Now, bear in mind, consequences can happen. All right, but
They were really nice to us, so
it's up to you.
We're nice.
It's up to you.
I'll hold back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. That's the first time you've held back.
They were really nice.
They are very nice here for now. Okay, so as you stare at Davy and check your pockets just to make sure everything's all clear, you go into Madame Eva's tent once more, and the same kind of environment as last time, right? This time it's a bit more. There's like a lot of candles surrounding this room. They're gently just flickering around, but you notice that some of them are in different colors, given a really like purple and red environment. And you see Madame Eva is sat down at the table like last time with the orb in the center. But you also see in front of her there's a kind of mat made out of silk. And there are, double checking, 5 rectangles sort of painted the same size of the cards that you have. 3 going across, and 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. She looks at all of you and goes, "Well, dears, please sit down. Let's get your adventure on the way. A little bit more focused, I guess. Now, this reading is about fate and destiny. I've been here for some time, and I've been gifted the foresight to guide people to best help them in defeating Strahd. However, whatever is presented to you, in the end, it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to continue this task. Understand that although I and the people here can't pay you, this is more than gold. This is about freedom. The people of these lands have been here for centuries. And maybe yous can be the ones to do this. You seem well equipped. You have the right attitude. The disappointment that you gave across, it's actually not a bad thing. It means you're real, you're grounded. The issue is sometimes adventurers think they can get the answers they're looking for immediately and head towards him. And you are more than welcome to do that. But heed my warning. Preparing yourself is the key. Understanding what he is the key. And understanding yourselves. That's one of the biggest keys I can actually say. So if you are ready, we can get it started. And she like sort of cracks her knuckles like pop, 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 pop. And you see that Madame Eva is an elegant 70-year-old, right? My nan isn't like part Scottish. I say part Scottish because Scottish accent's kind of flipping all around. But she's got like a lot of energy about her, right? So she sort of just straightens her back a tiny bit and looks at all of you in your eyes and just goes, "Are you ready?" So she pulls out a fresh deck of cards. She opens the pack and clicks, and the pack just spreads out in front of you. And in a very elegant flourish, you see the cards come together and start to shuffle themselves around. And she looks at you and goes, "I quite like this part, if I'm honest. In the end, I'm not in control of this, what's going on right now. The lands are in control of these cards. Let's just wait." And you see the cards are shuffle, 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 shuffle. Then they spread out. And there's this quick glance where you see the ones that are for you. And only you see the single card that is, well, for some of you might be 2 cards, right? They kind of like light up a little bit for you individually. But you only see your specific cards. You don't see anyone else's like light up. And it gently lands in front of Madame Eva. She splits the deck into 2. And she pulls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards and places them from your angle. It's left, top, right, bottom, middle. She hovers her hand over the first one on the left. Your left. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And slowly she flips the card. And what's presented to you is the card number 9, named Torturer. I think, well, I might be able to show you this on my phone. She shows you a phone. There you go. There is a town where all is not well. There you will find a house of corruption, and within, a dark room full of still ghosts. She goes and hovers over to the second one, which is at the top of this display. This card tells us of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. She flips, and the card is the number 3 of stars, actually, I should say this, called Enchanter. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sick. I'm going to send you all these. I'm telling you, the art on this deck is really sick. You can actually buy the deck as well if you ever wanted to. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty, plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. Then she moves on to the third one, which is on your right. And pulls out... Oh, sorry. Wait, hands over. This is a card of power and strength. It tells us of a weapon of vengeance. A sword of sunlight. She flips it and is presented the number 8 of glyphs. The name Bishop. Not as cool as the last one, I don't think. It's just an old guy holding some shit.
It's still kind of cool.
like it.
I think it's cool. Not as cool as the last one, though. Come on. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure. Beyond a set of amber doors. She goes to the bottom one. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness. And she flips. I love this one. This looks really cool. And the card is called Ghost. Looks like this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's dope. I love it. I see a fallen paladin of a fallen order of night. He lingers like a ghost in a dead dragon's lair. The final one in the center. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. But I warn yous, this is the one that leads people to their deaths too quick. Flips it. And this one is called Broken One.
That one also looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll send you the entire pack, by the way. He haunts the tomb of the man he envied over all. And you see that Madam Eva, after his reading is done, she just quietly settles and looks at these cards. And then looks at you. Now, they all reshuffle, put to the side. Now, to my understanding, you're on your way to Vallaki. Is that right? That's good. That's a good idea. And you are looking after that young lady. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Keep her close. Keep her safe. She could be a key as well. Now, if you're still going to stay here, you're more than welcome. We do have beds available. You can have the wine, you can have the cheese. Anything is available for you. It's up to you. What would you like to do? Just stares at you all.
Maybe we'll look at Rain and Pakal.
Pakal, what do you think?
I mean, I think we could stay the night. I'm a little wasted. And I really want to go check that waterfall out with the wizard that like drowned in it.
Oh, shit. I almost
So,
forgot. Yeah,
right,
let's go
no.
do that.
Okay, so we're gonna rest here, for the night.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna check. Okay, sure.
I say that, but I look at Rain like I wink.
You know, I could see that. You know, I'm quite insightful with that kind of case. It's
But you still couldn't give me the answers I wanted. Now could you?
No, because that's not fun, is it, dear? That's not adventurous, and I know you crave adventure here. That's why you're here in the end. So, enjoy your stay. Good luck. And get out.
Really snatch up
You
the
st-
bottle of rum and just.
You all make your way out of Madam Eva's tent. Hopefully for the last time. As you leave, the aura of silence, and silence as a spell is like an area effect, right? It's 20 feet, and in that 20 feet, it's completely silent. This was like a wall of silence instead. So it's like a radius. Anything through that was there. But you notice that has gone now, as the audio of the Vistani camp is still happening. It's absolutely slowed down. Actually, the music what's playing right now is kind of the vibe. It's very just slow-paced. People are winding down for the night. You hear more stories being told to some children. Some of the children are laughing, and some of the children are getting scared. And then some children being put to bed. So, as players, what would you want to do?
Those were
To
some
the
pretty
river.
cards. We're going to the river now?
Yeah,
Can
fuck
we
it,
go
we
to-
ball. We're going.
Okay, we ball. We're going.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All I
Amazing.
got was some bad news, and I just really want to see if we get some treasure.
Let's have some
I'm like
fun.
channeling my inner Rain right now. It's like,
Yeah.
so bad.
Well,
That's a bad idea. Let's do it.
So funnily enough, you actually have to head this way anyway to progress. You could, if you ever wanted to, and it's still going to be an option in the future, you could work your way back to where those crossroads were, where the gallows were, and then head the other direction, because that does head to Vallaki. But heading the direction where you want to go is totally valid. You can do that. So, as you make your way, was it getting to nighttime when you arrived? Just want to know.
I think
I
so.
believe so, yes.
Okay, so
Maybe we'll look at Irina and we'll say, do you want to come with or do you want to stay here for the night?
oh no, oh wait, so what was the voice? That's it. No, I think I'm going to come with you if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
As
Okay.
long as you're not a killjoy,
Ooh.
you're welcome.
A killjoy. Why would?
Yeah,
what-
don't ruin our buzz.
Yeah, be cool. Be
Oh.
cool.
Sure, that's fine with me. Yes,
Want some wine?
of course. Why would I say no to it? And she like pulls out her own bottle. It's like, cheers, and she just drinks.
Oh
as well.
shit, we ball. All right.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
Irina's a baller. Yeah, you know that.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
So you work your way with, was it? It was Sage was one of the horses, I believe. What was the other horse? Do you lot remember? I asked you lot to write it
It
down.
was something Thorn, right?
Something. Maybe it was Thorn, actually. Yeah.
Rosemary and Shade.
Oh, that's it. Rosemary and Shade. It was some kind of herb. So you walk in your group. I would say, I believe Lint does have dancing lights, right? I'm pretty sure we do. I think we cast it last session. So they will, these orbs will be supporting you on the way. Let's do this. You know when there was that encounter that you lot failed on? Who rolled for that? Who rolled a d20 for that? Does anyone remember? I asked one of you to roll it. I think it was you, Dro, actually.
Was it me?
I think it
can't
was.
remember.
Okay, so either Rain or Davey, I'd like you to roll a d20, please. Who's going to go?
I was rolling really low that day, so
You
I
were.
kind of blacked out with all my rolls. I'm so sorry.
If I'm rolling, I got a 6.
Okay. With that 6, you continue this journey. And as you're going by the river, you basically following the road what is parallel to the river. Ivalis, I believe the name is. The river itself is like gorgeous, honestly. It's vibrant. The life for some reason is still in this water. You continue down up this path actually, as it is starting to ascend. So when you split from the gallows, you notice that you were going down, and the other path was leading up. So you went down to this encampment, and now you're starting to head slightly up on a slope. You continue this walk for a while. It's dark. There's no stars in the sky, as every night you've been here has had that. Rain, maybe there's a point, a very, very fine dot in the clouds above for you, Rain, but only you can see that.
Okay.
You find yourself approaching a cliff. You notice that you are actually walking in a chasm of some sort. You're at the bottom of this chasm. I need to bring up the descriptions for this bit, please. And as you get towards this waterfall, you see it is around about... Now, it's kind of hard to measure this as a person, right? But just because it's written down, it's about 1,000 feet up. The cliff itself is kind of treacherous. You can climb it. You see at the top where the waterfall is flowing down, there is a bridge over the top of it. But you're not here for this right now. You're here to see if there's any treasure. So roll me an investigation check real quick. We'll go... Is Davey interested in this?
Davy's looking at the waterfall.
Cool.
But they will give Rain guidance.
Nice. That's fine.
Oh, so what does that give me?
A D4.
So
Okay, so I got a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I got an 11 total.
11 total?
Hmm?
Okay. Cool.
I got a 6.
God, man, we're just
My
not
rolls are
rolling
so
great.
bad today.
So maybe
Because
it's...
whiskey jinxed me at the beginning of the
I
game.
didn't do anything. Thank you. This is the curse of Strahd, not the curse of whiskey, all right? Leave me alone.
All right. Who's going to play Strahd later?
So you find yourself... you maybe maybe it's because you are both trying to distract your minds by finding something else to focus on, right? You've had this disappointment or disappointing news, if you would, from Madam Eva, that you wanted something to focus on to take your mind off all of that. But with that and the combination of the darkness around you, and the river itself is flowing quite rapidly, especially right near where the waterfall is. Unfortunately, with those rolls especially, you wouldn't be able to really see anything. But you do see that above, right at the top, is the kind of basically the direction here, because this path ends at this cliff.
Can I cast a spell?
Yeah, what do you want to cast?
Fairy Fire?
Okay. What do you want to do with that fairy fire?
So it highlights objects within like a 20-foot cube.
Living things.
Is it living
So
things?
each is it say living?
Objects, you're right.
Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, and violet light.
Oh, okay.
Your choice.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. I'm guessing you're gonna cast it. You're gonna cast it like in the
general area.
Yeah, sure.
Ish.
I mean, there's no saving throws, is there? Well, there is, but it's an object, so why would you do that? So, I would say, do me a favor then. This is actually going to be a bit of a luck check, because in the actual pre-variant campaign, not really anything here, but I want to give you a little bit of luck. So, roll a d20. If you roll above a 10, I'll throw something in there for you. Because I think
12.
that's 12. Okay, there's definitely going to be something in there. You notice right underneath where the actual waterfall is hitting the bottom, there's a glow right underneath it. The glow itself is kind of shaped. You've got fairy fire. Roll me a perception check at advantage.
Guidance.
So perception at 25.
Fuck me.
Damn.
There's
For
absolutely
the item that doesn't really exist in the game.
no. I like this. That's the thing. You want to do something? Let's do something. there's absolutely some kind of satchel down there.
Rain is gonna hit the water. Just
So you are going to do this against the strength of a waterfall impacting from 1,000 feet. So if you want to do this, you just require an athletics check because I don't think you have a swim speed, right?
not that I'm aware of.
No, no, you don't.
Although I am a pirate.
I watch One Piece. There's things in there that can't swim at all.
And that's their problem. It sounds like they're just not good. It sounds like they suck, and Rain doesn't suck.
That's fair. Oh, the Pirate King. Roll me.
Don't
Roll
you
me an
dare.
athletics check.
Okay, a 3.
You ever seen?
Wait, I have a new dice. Can I celebrate by rolling this?
Sure,
Cool.
sure.
Alright.
Why not?
Not much better. It's a 13.
Okay, not bad. Okay, I'll say this then. You start the swim off at a 3, and then you get into the flow of it a little bit. Because at the beginning, it's like, you ever seen those people who have those like infinite pools where it's blasting water towards them, they swim, and it's like a cardio workout. It's basically that, while everyone is just sort of standing around watching you do this.
I went to Davey. I'm like, I can't even swim. I'm happy Brain's in there. You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, and it's that motivation from Bakor that gets you at 13. You dive under, and you actually, as you dip under, you use the force of the waterfall to push you further down. I'm gonna make you roll a Constitution check. So just roll a d20 plus your Constitution modifier. It's not a saving throw; it's just a check.
22, motherfucker.
Yeah. So you hold your breath after this motivational speech from Bakor. You dive in.
Did I unintentionally get bardic inspiration?
No, he's not a bard. Otherwise, yes. So yeah, you go in and you grab this satchel, and you see that the reason why it's still here instead of being taken from the power of the river itself is because the actual loop is hooked onto a rock underneath. It's not too hard for you to quickly do this, and again, I'm gonna keep the roll from the Constitution because it takes you a bit of time, but that roll makes it so you can hold your breath. You're used to diving in, right, and doing this. You're used to
Oh yeah.
kind of dredging, I guess. But yeah, you find this satchel and you pick it up, and it floats in the air. Oh, in the water in front of you. You catch it, and you surface the river. I do need to make one more athletics check because this river is fast, and you might go woo down. So,
All right, everybody, give me power. Give me good vibes.
Cross your
Don't let me
fingers
get
in
swept
chat.
away.
You got this.
if you roll a natural 1, you're swimming with the fishes for a little bit.
Hey, how about you kiss my ass? 18. I did it.
Go.
So yeah, you use the float of the river and you guide yourself towards the shore. As you catch yourself, you sort of use the loop of the bag that you find and you pull yourself up and out. This bag itself is rather large. Yeah, it's
Rain would be standing on the edge holding it up, like ponytail fell out of the hair, so it's just wet hair all over their face. Jacket is dripping. Like, I found it.
Funnily enough, you heard about it being about a year since this thing happened with the wizard. The item itself is still pristine.
I take it out of the bag and show them.
Yeah. Oh wait, well you had the bag. The bag itself is pristine.
Oh, okay. So Rain's gonna walk over to Bakal and Davy and open it up.
Okay, so are you opening it up like this, right?
Yeah.
You look inside and it is like a void inside.
Like it's just
It's straight down.
so
Maybe
can
six
Rain
handed.
Oh, I know you do that, Naomi. You see very Mary Poppins-ish, just Davy's hand goes all the way in.
You think it's a portal? Maybe there's a room
You were not
inside.
jumping in.
No.
Or, hear me out, she could.
But come on.
I'm sorry, I'm letting loose today.
Listen, we can't all be crazy. Where is Lint when you need him?
Well, Lint is with you. I do not think they have the identify spell. I will double check though, just to make sure. Because, and here's the thing as well. There's a feature what Lint's character has as a scribe, order a scribe, but because it hasn't happened with Soph, I don't want to say it's happened. You know what I mean? Or it might happen. So I'm just gonna double check to make sure. But they have it. I don't know. Soph's little choices when it comes to their little wizard friend. But yeah. So as you see, Davey pull their hand back out of this. It's interesting. This bag itself is way bigger than a usual bag. You know, a usual satchel, what people would have is kind of, you know, here. It's like not even a foot wide. This is like 2 foot wide, maybe 2.5 foot wide. Let me have a look. 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 Let me have.
know what this bag is.
They do. So I'm gonna say they had the material component for identify because identify needs a pearl, and they have it. They pull out a pearl. Woo. And I'm gonna do this as what you see Lint do. I'm not gonna say what happens to Lint. You just see Lint get quiet for a second, mutter a few words to himself. Maybe there's a little bit of back and forth argument. We're not too sure. They close the book real quick, and they look at you. Oh man, a German accent. Oh fuck me, man. Oh god. Well, this looks like a bag of holding. So a bag of holding is something where you can put quite a lot of items in it. Over and over again. Quite a few
Don't
things.
all bags hold things?
Yes, but this one is far larger.
So if one of us jumped into it, how do you get your stuff back out?
Well, you think about it. If you think about it, you can pull it out.
Oh, okay. So what Rain wants to do is think about. I want to try and reach in and be like, what's the last thing the wizard put in here? Like, what did the wizard have in
Is
here?
that how it would work? I don't even know how it would work.
Hey,
Lint
if this game
identifies
is
it,
about
they would know.
imagination,
They would
anything
know.
can
Yeah,
happen.
they would absolutely know. Yeah. So there is another method where you literally go upside down, inside out, and it'll drop everything. Yeah, you basically shake it. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
So as that happens, there's a crash of shiny gems. Just
Yeah.
there are 2 diamonds. Rain, I'd say you know the worth of this because treasure, right? 1 diamond is worth 300 gold. Another diamond is worth 100 gold. There are a bunch of different gems all around. Apart from that, which is still a lot because it's treasure in the end, there's nothing else specifically in this satchel. Now, because I would say this, Lynn, as a wizard, would actually know that wizards, and most people, right, but wizards mainly more than anything, they need like material components for certain spells. It feels like for almost all of what it's worth, any material component that the wizard had in this bag was used in that fight against Strahd. These are only their own like personal belongings, and the most important thing is diamonds. So a bunch of gems. The gems themselves, they're kind of trinkety. So you got a 300 gold diamond, a 100 gold diamond, and let's say it's 200 gold's worth of just bits and pieces of jewelry and gems and things. So whatever you guys want to do with that, you're welcome to. But yeah, there you go.
I think Rain would be looking at this and being like, in their mind, delegating what goes to who immediately. Because like when they worked on the pirate ship, they often would take some of the younger crew to go do some treasure hunts, and it's like, okay, to keep everybody from arguing, I'll divvy it out. But also in their mind, they're like, I just bought gifts for everybody, and then basically got what I got them for free right now.
I mean, you had to work for it. You did have to work for it.
It's true.
So yeah, apart from that, when the fairy fire just blinks out and then drops, right? There's no other items down there. This is the only remaining item. So yeah, there you go. So after you have,
So can Davy go in the bag and then we call Davy out?
We could try it.
I'm just.
I think
Are we
I,
going to be
know.
bad
I
influences
think
today?
you have to be
Oh.
a smaller creature than a medium creature, right? But Davy,
Wait,
you
I'm a
do
small
have
creature.
abilities
I
to
can
go
be.
small. Wait, you're small as a fae?
I can be. No, I'm medium, but I can be small because I have shape change.
Oh.
Does that change your physical body or is it an illusion? I do need to know that. That's very important because if it's an illusion, then it doesn't count. But if
I
it's
can change size between medium and small.
hi ho silver away, dude, if you want to.
Okay. So Rain
How
is gonna-
about we don't do it now, but in an emergency, if we need to hop in the bag.
Okay, but shouldn't we figure out if something horrible happens now rather than in the middle of a fight?
I
I guess
believe.
that's a good.
I can be
point.
smaller.
That's a good point. All right, one of you two jump in there.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Rock, paper, scissors.
Boulder, parchment,
Okay.
shears.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Rain like shrinks into a smaller version of themselves and then jumps in the back.
Amazing. For our audio
Me and Dave,
listeners.
you're like holding the bag open.
Sure.
Get in there.
And it's like as well. Rain, you jump in. Immediately, you feel pressure, and surrounding you is completely empty darkness. You are floating in some kind of pocket dimension. Lint does also mention, actually, you apparently they have about 10 minutes worth of air as well, so. What do you want to do, Rain, while you're in there? There is literally pitch black. You are floating and you can't see shit.
Rain is like, this is sensory wise a dream. I want to get out. Like, hey, can one of you get me out?
You
I
do
look at Davey and I'm
yeah.
like, if you want to jump in, you can go ahead too.
Davey will turn themselves into a skeletal cat and
Nice.
jump in.
Rain's just like, oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
You see as Cat V jumps in, they go towards you and also they start flying off a little bit in a different direction. Like gravity for them just went woof, all over. Make me.
Wait, can I ask Davey
yeah.
a question? Did you turn into a skeletal cat because you've only ever seen a dead cat before?
Mhm.
Okay. Just wanna-
And say.
but Khan thinks about this to himself. He's like,
Yep.
I need to
Interesting.
take Davey out a little more.
So.
The cat also has little antlers.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like it. So as Davey sort of goes this opposite direction, Rain, if you want to catch them and stop them from floating away, because they're just going, isn't going away.
Davey.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Curse of Strahd, Ultimate Horror Campaign.
20,
It's nice to
dirty
have a
20,
silly
but a
man.
20.
So you catch them by the tail as a. What happens to the tail, Davey? Cat V, as this is a corpse.
I mean, it feels gross. It feels like weirdly slimy. There is some fur on it, but it's mostly like matted to the dead skin. And you do feel bone through it.
Rain's like, nice.
Mhm.
And just pulls Davey back, like at least towards them. Like, okay, I'm hoping that Bakal will actually let us get out of here, and this wasn't deployed to keep us trapped in a bag so we could drink all of our wine.
You about to say you do see the hole is above you. So
I'm
you
just
do,
like looking down the hole. Like, how is it in there? There.
Yeah.
This shit's fucked up, man.
oddly enough, Bakal, you can't see them, but they can see you.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, it's a
I'm like,
it's
okay,
a
I'm gonna
dimensional
try to
space.
get y'all out, and then I guess I just like call the name Rain.
Yeah, that can work perfectly. So you reach in. Rain, where does Bakal grab you? Okay.
Nice.
So you see this like weird what's the word I'm thinking of? Like you know the magician tissue trick where it's just a clown thing. It's just that, and at the end is a dead cat. It's pulled out.
So how was it? Did you have fun?
Phoebe
It was
turns
weird.
back into themselves. It was so dark.
Hmm.
It'd be great
Did
to
it
take a nap in
feel
there.
safe?
Mhm.
Like, can we use it as an escape tool if need be?
Or if we needed to sneak someone in.
Hmm.
You can float.
Mm-hmm. Gravity doesn't work in there.
It's a bit weird. Pocket dimension. Pocket dimensions have an infinite amount of, in my opinion at least, an infinite amount of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Flavors.
Inventory?
Not inventory. Inventory. There's a finite space in there. It's not infinite. I can't remember the actual thing. I'll tell you afterwards. But just different elements, in my opinion. So, Rain, you dry yourself off, however you do.
Shaking like a dog.
Yeah, just shaking like a dog. Now, have you as players? You have a couple options. You can either go back the way you came, back to the Vistani camp, circle back to where the gallows were, and then head back up. It would take you a fair bit of time, because obviously you're going back on yourself. Or you can climb. Now, I will say this. To be able to climb this wall, because it is treacherous and it's 1,000 feet, you either need equipment or magic to climb this. Just climbing it yourself is that would be a very high DC. Just so you know.
Just to climb it yourself. Hmm.
Yeah.
Is it a dex or a strength thing?
Athletics.
Athletics,
But
strength
it's
thing.
but we're talking multiple checks going up as well, because 1,000 feet climbing. If you haven't got a climb speed, if you had a climb speed, you're fine. But climbing is half speed anyway, so you're talking 15 feet every 6 seconds. So there's gonna be quite a lot of checks if you're gonna do it like that. But I'm up for anything you like want to do. If you feel like there's a way of you climbing this, please feel free to do that. Totally fine.
I can do it.
How would you do that?
Well, I just turned into a cat. I can do it again. Or goat. Or
A goat is hilarious. Naomi, just double check. You know, with your wild shape, are you at the level where you can have a climbing speed? I know there's like certain bits. I know flying speed is a no-go, right? At your level, I believe.
I
But
just got swimming speed.
Swimming
I think
speed.
climbing speed you just get like I don't
that
think
does
there's
sound
a
right.
level for
That
it.
does sound right. But do
me
double
check.
check, because I'm pretty sure it does make sense.
At second level,
Cool.
I can do anything that does not have flying or swimming speed, and at fourth level, I can do anything that just as long as it does not have a flying speed.
Cool. Just double checking there. That's good. That's good to know. So yeah, it's up to you guys.
So, quick question. So athletics is categorized under strength, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
If I had something that says you have an advantage on strength checks, does that include athletics? Or
Yes.
just when you yes, it
Yes.
does. We could climb.
I don't think Lint has anything in there. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Soph's decisions, you know, because Soph is really fucking creative. So I want to make sure that they have chance on that. No, there's nothing here that looks like they would be able to assist. So yeah, it's up to you guys.
I have rope,
The rope.
so I don't know if that would help me at all.
I could climb up with somebody's rope and then tie it somewhere.
It's 50 feet of rope.
How big is this cliff again?
1,000, around about.
1,000.
It's
we don't
got-
have that much rope.
It's definitely it's going to take you a while. Again, if you want to do it, please do. There's always a way, you know. If you want to try it.
It sounds like fun.
I mean, I'm willing to try it.
Heck
Rain,
yeah.
if you're uncomfortable, you could always get back in the bag and have Davy carry you up.
Oh my god, can I do that, please?
I'm trying to think of. I'm going to help you out here because I need to do the maths here because it's 10 minutes of oxygen in the bag.
Right.
But Rain can hold their breath for long periods of time as well.
Conserve that oxygen.
Is that because they're a pirate?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a pirate, man.
I mean, it checks out.
Roll a persuasion
them's the
check
facts.
to the DM. Oh, so
And so for the climb, so we're agreeing to do it, right? I'm going
Okay.
to cast enhance ability on Davy and give them bull strength.
oh,
The target
sick.
has advantage on strength checks and increases their carrying capacity by double.
Hmm.
So maybe you could even just carry Rain.
Yeah.
If you prefer not to be in a bag.
I mean, I could try that. It might be a little difficult if I'm a spider or a goat or a cat.
I guess that's true.
Man, I really wish you could fly right now, man.
So,
I'm so sorry.
That's really difficult.
I'm an embarrassment to my clan. I
Yes.
apologize.
requires a bit of a breakdown. Oh no. So I think I did the math correct. It's going to take you about an hour climb.
Oh,
With a 40-foot climb speed?
Okay, but
Oh,
what
you're
if Rain just
different.
had
I'm
their
talking
head
about the
poking
entire
out of the
group.
backpack?
I'm thinking about the entire group. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Yours is different. Yours will be a lot quicker. So
What
just
if Rain just had like their head poking out of the backpack? I want to draw that first of all.
That'd be really
Second
cute.
of all, just
I mean, technically,
Yeah, if you're in the bag of
yeah.
holding,
If you're in the
just
bag of
pop
holding
your
and you pop your head out, yeah, you could.
hey, if you're a cool DM, you'll let it slide.
I'm not a cool DM. This is the curse of Strahd. It's supposed to be no.
So
I like
since
that.
Since Davy and Rain have that plan, I'm actually gonna cast enhanced ability on myself because Davy's a goat or a spider or a cat or something.
Sure.
I'm a flightless bird with a -1 to acrobats. I need help, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast bull strength on myself. So
Okay.
I have strength checks
So,
advantage on it.
so regarding strength checks, I think that's an hour, right? As well, in
An
enhanced
hour
ability.
duration.
That's kind of perfect for this situation. So yeah, we're gonna say it will be taking an hour to get to the top. That is really strenuous, by the way, y'all. If you've ever done any kind of climbing before, it's fucking nasty, but it is not impossible. So,
I've fallen off a cliff before while climbing. That was fun.
dude,
Oh my.
that's nasty. I love it. Okay, so question, very important. This is really important. You ready? Irina, Lint, and the 2 horses.
They can take the long way.
They could. Honestly,
here.
if you 3 want to do this, right, we could actually make it so they take the long route. That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
All right, that's what happens. Linda decides,
Okay,
I'm not gonna do that. No, come with me, Irina. So yeah,
I think I know what I want to turn into. I saw one of these once in the swamp. It was really big. But it was kind of cute. Davy's
It's
gonna
be
turn
an
into
eldritch
a
horror.
not dead, a very much alive looking giant wolf spider.
ooh, yeah.
Which is a D&D beast that is slightly smaller than a giant spider, so it's huge. It's a medium beast, so it's a spider the size of a person.
Mhm.
I love that so much.
The
So
spider can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
amazing. Yeah, perfect. That's great.
Eat it
And
up, Davy.
wild shape lasts for an hour, right?
Mhm.
Sick.
So what I'm drawing is a big spider with a backpack.
Yes. Yes.
And Rain just sticking their head.
Yeah. Wild
Being
shape.
like,
You
hell
could.
yeah.
Wild shape. I think polymorph's where you can decide, but wild shape is like everyone turns in. But fuck that. Backpack on the. Well, you tell me, where does the backpack appear on this spider? Is it the top, the middle, the bottom? You decide.
I think Davy spins sort of like a little web around the backpack and carries it almost like a pouch.
Ah.
Love that.
So, curse of Strahd.
I love
Don't
it.
work.
This is
Okay,
fantastic.
so
This
now-
is a great RP.
now-
Great RP.
Now here's the hard part. Now, Bakor,
Uh-huh,
I'm
fine.
so glad you bring your community here, because now you actually are the only one in this bit what could die in this
Yeah.
climb. Just so you know, all right?
Mhm.
Here's actually an important question I would have. With a 40-foot climbing speed, how long would it actually take me to get up? Because if it would take me only like 20 minutes to get up,
It's-
I could drop Rain off, go back down, get him, and go back up.
Uh,
Oh, but you don't fit in the bag.
That's correct.
I don't
Yeah.
fit in the bag.
Mm.
and I don't think you're strong enough to be able
The
to carry
best
someone.
thing that I could think about as Macaw, can you
I do have a strength of
shoot
1.
web on me and kind of use it as rope to help me up as I climb myself. But in case I slip, you know, your spider giant body can prevent me from
25
falling.
minutes for you, Davey. 25
Great.
minutes.
Yeah, so I have a strength of 12, so I could realistically at least help someone get up. It's more strength than Davey has.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally cool with you. I mean, you are a spider, so yeah, you would have. I'm sure you have a web ability, right? Is it just a bite ability what you have?
It's actually just a bite ability and then web sense, which allows me to
Oh,
put
you can
in
sense
contact
things?
with the web.
Yeah, but you're
I
a
know its
spider.
application.
You're a
And
spider.
web walker,
I'll-
so I can ignore movement restrictions caused by webbing.
How about this? I love this. I'd say then, if you're cool with this, Davey, yeah, as you're climbing, you could leave a web behind, so it makes it. I still want you to roll an athletics check because I do want to have some kind of chance here. And you will be doing an advantage. The DC,
I'm
DC
down.
will
Like I said,
be-
we ball today. Like I'm ready.
The DC is definitely lower. Definitely lower, especially with the web. But yeah, I'm more than happy with this. I'm more than happy with that. All right.
As Davey climbs up the wall, they're also not only is this a really fast spider, but they also do like little circles and stuff, just sort of having fun.
All right. Should I roll my athletics?
Yes,
now?
please. Davey, just point of flavor for you, and you wouldn't know this. You do unconsciously do this. Those patterns, they actually follow the runes. What you saw on that mask, as well.
Got 19.
19's
My first one.
19's good. I'll need 2 more.
2 more.
Yeah, I think 2 more is fair because it would have been more, but rolling over and over and over and over and over again is kind of nasty. So, yeah.
And just to clarify advantage, I just roll twice and pick a larger number.
Yes,
correct?
that's right.
Okay.
But yeah, 19's good.
And then we have a 10 or a 10.
A 10, that's fine. 10 is fine.
Okay.
The DC was
struggling.
The DC was definitely higher than a 10 beforehand, before that web happened. So
Okay.
yeah,
And then one more.
that's right.
22 or
That-
23.
So during these 20-minute periods, right, of you climbing, the 10 happens where you almost like your claw sort of pulls away, but Davy's web like spits out a tiny bit and attaches to your hand and brings it back to the wall. Davy, I'm going to assume that Davy is moving along with Bakor, not moving ahead. And you see that Rain, like a little telescope, is kind of just pointing out the best, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Places you can put your talons. Technically, you'd have a little bit more grip with your talons anyway. But an hour goes by, and you 3 find yourself at the top of this cliff. I'm going to say, Bakor.
Oh, because not okay.
No, I would like you. Yeah, I want you to roll me a Constitution saving throw to see if this, like, it's still hard climb. See if you're exhausted as you get to the top.
Maybe I rolled a 4. I'm dying.
You're gonna take a point of exhaustion. See, for me personally, I actually like the new rules of exhaustion because it's fairer. Because spellcasters don't worry too much about exhaustion. The new exhaustion is literally this. You take a point off your spell DCs, your attack rolls. I believe that's it. There's a few more things. It makes it so spellcasters actually have to worry about exhaustion. Because that can fucking fuck people up. So yeah, you take a point of exhaustion.
-1, right?
-1 to ability checks, saving throws. Yeah, it does pile up, but ability checks, saving throws, attack rolls, spell save, DCs. So yeah, I'm going to go through that with this campaign. I think it's just better. So you find yourself at the top of this cliff. Bakor, you are absolutely exhausted from this climb. It is in the middle of the night. I actually need to describe this from the top now. Hang on.
Someone in the chat said the horror aspect of this is the big ass spider and touching sticky stuff coming out of a fellow party member
That is fair.
as a spider. As
That's
someone with a pet spider, I take offense to this.
yeah, that's fair. So you notice as you were climbing, actually, the mist that was being created by the waterfall, is actually starting to cover your sight to the floor below, which is actually a good thing because 1,000 feet drop is fucking terrifying for most people. Most people who are like me. When you get to the top, you see this stone bridge like arching over this waterfall. You are in the middle of the night and it is dead silent apart from the water going over. You see on the corners of this bridge, there are statues of some kind. Make a perception check, everyone. This is actually going to be at disadvantage because it is in the middle of the night. So yeah, please make sure you're taking the lower roll. And Bakor, take a point off of this skill check.
Am I still a spider, or is it gone?
It'll be gone, yeah, because it takes an hour. It actually takes a little bit over an hour, but let's just round down because fuck that.
And even with dark vision, still at disadvantage?
Yeah, because dark vision's only for 30 feet, I believe.
15.
15. That's good, by the way. 6.
Oh, no, I rolled a 25 and I had to take the 15.
Oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry.
21.
You're the one who decided to climb the fucking thing. 15 and 21. Rain, I want you to tell me what's distracting you, because I'm not sure. But for Davy and Bakor, you do see on the corners, these are gargoyles. Just creeping over. There's this moment of you think they moved, but they didn't. And they're just sort of looking your direction in a kind of in a warning pose. But they're just staring at you. Not moving at all. Completely stationary. Rain, what do you think has distracted you? Or what you tell me, what's pulled your attention away from these gargoyles?
I think Rain would be ecstatic to have ridden in a little backpack with a spider, and now Rain's like, I don't know, I kind of plan on dying at some point during this journey, but if I don't, I wonder if I could ask Davy to come with me to do treasure hunting, because that was useful. That was cool. I got to be in a backpack with a spider. That was sick. So they're just planning in their head what other treasure have I heard of that I couldn't get to before that now I might be able to get to because I have a friend that can turn into a spider.
Amazing. I love that. So I will say this. You will absolutely need to take a short rest, at least at this point. There was going to be a point where if you keep going through the night, you will make a con save to see if you will take a point of exhaustion because you haven't slept yet. And also, Lint, Irina, and the horses are not here right now. It's going to take them far longer to get to you. So, you three, what do you want to do?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Fun.
Rain's gonna put their hands on either side of a and be like, maybe we should sit down for
No, we can keep going. I'm fine.
No, actually, I have presents for you all. So sit down, and then if you sit down, I will give you the present.
Maybe sits down.
Okay.
In the middle of the road, just straight down. Yep.
I mean, we could build a fire first. If we're settling for a short rest, don't we have to build a fire or something, set up camp?
It's cold.
Okay. I have a tinderbox in my inventory, so I will start a fire
Absolutely,
and have everybody sit down first.
Yep. No roll needed or anything like that. You find some wood, you find some kindling, and yeah, you absolutely start setting up a fire as it's crackling around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So Rain's
just
gonna
lying, just looking up. And it's I can't feel my body.
Do you think it would be fun to jump from here?
Oh, Rain's gonna look and be like, what if, okay, so hear me out. You spin a long strand of your spiderweb stuff, right? I tie it around my waist, okay? And then I jump and it bungees and I pop back up. We should see if that works.
It sounds like so much fun.
Sounds great.
Because still lying down like a starfish position is like with a thumbs up in the air.
Let's do it. I like the one time Lynn's not here, we're just doing the most crackhead thing during this entire campaign.
That's so
We're just gonna
silly.
be like, all right, we can do that, but in case I die, I have gifts. It was a tradition with my last group that I was with where at the end of a treasure hunt, we would all trade like at least one thing as a gift. So I have gifts. So Rain pulls out the, what was it, the studded leather?
Yeah.
So studded leather, and hands that to Davy and goes, now I know this is a boring gift, but I have a more fun gift after this one. So I'm gonna give that one to Davy. And then take out the handful of stones that have corresponding colors to everybody. So I'm gonna hand like a bluish purple one to Bakaw. I'm gonna hand a green one with like little flecks of red and orange in it to Davy.
Mm.
And then give Lint one that's like it's like a green color, but it's also got some like weird sickly yellow streaks in it.
Yeah.
And then Rain's gonna like look at the weird like dainty ring that they found at the store, and then we'll be like, man, it would be real cool to give this to Davy right now, but I don't, because here like they don't they don't know if they would want to give that to them right then, because even though it's just a gift to a friend, they're like, that seems maybe, I don't know. So they're like quietly try to put it back in their bag without anybody noticing.
Do you want to roll to see if it notice, or do you just want to go just let it happen and that's it? I don't totally fine.
Sure.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
I'm good on sleight of hand.
I will say, because well, your passive perceptions, you two, you're literally dealing with the two wisest people in the group. So, what's your
goddammit.
passive perceptions? Is it 15 and 16, I believe, or is it both 16, or is it both 15?
17.
17, motherfucker.
What do I see? Oh, perception, right? A
Yes.
15 for me.
15. So you got to be.
I got
17.
a 10.
Well, so you both see Rain pull something out, turn away and put it back.
Davy is absolutely enthralled with this rock that they were just given. They're like, looking at it, whoa! You see that they're like putting it up, just trying to get like any flicker of the firelight to like look at it at different angles. You see as they get excited, a little bit of moss grows at the corners of it as they subconsciously use druidcraft.
Oh, I love that.
So did we see Rain put the ring back in the bag?
You saw them put something away. I'm going to say you didn't see the ring itself. You saw them double back, basically, and then put it away.
Okay. Well, Bakaj is too exhausted, but he goes, Rain, I don't actually care. Never mind.
No, actually, can you do me a favor and can you give Rain a little bit of shit, because Rain's gonna do something really funny.
Sure.
Oh, you want a little bit of shit?
A little bit of shit.
Okay. Rain, I know
What?
that I'm tired as fuck right now, but what was that?
Oh, you want to see what was in the bag?
I want to
They're
see
gonna
what's
reach-
in the bag.
Oh no.
They're gonna reach in the bag and be like,
Oh no, there it is. There it is. The
All you
curse
see is while
of
Bakaj is still
Strahd.
lying down, you just see his hand go up.
Yeah. So
I love that so
I don't
much.
understand. Is that a sign of friendship?
Mm-hmm.
Davy
Do
doesn't
it too. There it is.
it's the bird.
Yes, that's how you tell people that you're friends now, is you do that.
Why'd you tell Davey that?
Because it's
David's gonna
funny.
see everyone she considers a friend and go, hi.
Yeah. Has anyone ever watched? My God, this maybe only British people did. Mr. Bean movie. At all? Anyone know what I'm on
I've
about?
seen it.
Where he's like going around going. Because you
Yeah.
think that's the way to like say
Yeah.
hello to people. My God. Anyway, with this flipping the bird moment, you're going to be taking a long rest right now. Nothing occurs during the night. We'll be picking this back up in the morning. But let's go on a break. Well done, by the way, y'all. I'm so glad you went for the climb, because I was like, I don't know how I can climb this, so be creative. And because of that luck roll and I made up on the spot, you got a bag of holding, which is beautiful. Very
That worked
nice.
out really well.
Yeah, very nice. But yeah, we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes to see what happens next as we continue this journey. But yeah, I'll be back in 5. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
everyone can say hello.
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 Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd. Thank you for being here. Remember, make sure you use the Pally command so we can pay our artists and all that kind of stuff and help them out. But we left off as the group had a long rest. We'll be beginning picking up at dawn. We'll go to that in a second, but before we went on a break, the team of 3 at least figured out a way of climbing a 1,000-foot cliff and very creatively used a combination of wild shape, a bag of holding, and
Brute strength.
Brute strength. Yes, brute strength. That's right. But very impressive. Oh, your point of exhaustion is gone, by the way, Bakor, because you took a long rest, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Was it a long rest or a short rest?
It's a long rest. You lot need a long rest. So yeah, you find yourself in the morning. The fire has simmered down. Not an eventful night. So whoever was taking watch, you were just kind of enraptured by the sound of the water flowing down. As you wake up, conveniently, because why not, you hear the clopping sound of horses arriving for where you are, with Lint sort of riding the horses but asleep on top, just and Irina is up top too. She's looking a bit more tired in the face. You assume she hasn't taken a long rest. She wanted to make sure that she got to you as quick as possible. I don't think I mentioned, no, there was no wagon behind it, was it? It was just the horses and you lot walk by the side, I'm pretty sure, right? But yeah, so you wake up. I'm assuming you get rid of the fire or the embers in the middle of this road. You're at the beginning of the bridge over Seer's Fall. What do you want to do?
Just a short thing.
Yeah, please.
During Davy's watch, could Davy have taken some of the leftover spider webs that are at the edge of the cliff and use Druidcraft in order to create sort of a mossy rope that they could use in order to that they could connect to the rock that Rain gave them, so they can wear it around their neck?
Absolutely.
Like a necklace.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%. Yeah.
That's adorable.
So kind of like a daisy chain, but with spider webs and stuff.
Spider webs and moss, yeah.
Oh,
That's really cute.
That's cute. Yeah, you absolutely can, and it has a little twinkle on it as well. Your very essence is starting to merge with this gem anyway. So if there's any changes to it personally you want to do, or any flavors you want to do, you can talk about it afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to say that it has slowly connected to you a little bit as well. So yeah, the morning comes to all of you. The dawn, in a sense, arrives. As always, cloud cover is forever right here. There's a slight mist. A slight mist of rain coming down too. You catch yourself a little bit cold. Yeah, if there's anything else you want to do before you start moving across the bridge, let me know.
I think I'm good
I
to
don't
go.
think so.
All right. You pack your things. If there's any armor you had to put back on, you put it back on. And you cross this bridge. As you're crossing this bridge, you can't help but look at the gargoyles, right? You are, at least a couple of you maybe, are very much aware that shit's weird in these lands and gargoyles are creepy. So you just just very slowly walk by and keep your eyes on it, expecting it to move, but they don't. They stay completely still. As you're crossing over this bridge, you feel a kind of echo of spells that were here a year ago. Sort of just like you're walking, like a ghost has walked through you. You get a little bit of a chill up your spine, and you continue. You enter the woods in front of you, as it gets a bit darker again. Like we said countless times, the trees are starting to like reach towards you. And for a couple of hours, no events happen. You completely just walk uneventful. Until you come to a split once again in the road. You see to your right, the floor that you've been walking up, apart from the bridge, has just been kind of padded dirt from foot traffic. To the right of you, you notice that even though it's been like picked apart, if you would, it's not clean. It's sporadic in its design. There's like a footpath, a cobbled footpath going that way, which looks like it used to be important. To the left of you, you see a large wall, a very, very large gate. Not identical, but very similar design to the gates that you first entered when you came to Barovia. You see those similar statues standing really tall, looking out into the lands. And again, one has got its head removed. The other has just got massive cracks in its body. And the gates right now are... make a perception check, everyone.
13.
25.
25, damn.
8.
8, let's go, Rain.
Rain's just not like
You're still thinking
you're
of
riding
all...
on that high of
yeah.
being a backpack on a spider.
Yep. So, Rain, Davey, you noticed that the gates, from your point of view to start with, looked like they were completely shut, but there is a gap in there. They're not open completely, but there is a way in. So, what y'all gonna do?
Davey, what do you want to do?
I want to see what's behind that gate.
Let's see what's behind the gate.
I say we've been going with the most chaotic options today. We're going to continue that trend.
Mm-hmm. Davey, you're leader today.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's everyone's... What's your passive insights, Bakor and Davey?
17.
17.
15.
15.
I have 13.
That's actually pretty good, to a fair, Rain. Sorry for not including you there. As you're heading towards the gates, you do notice Irina, like, doesn't say anything, but you see, you catch her looking down that other path, but in a, like, I want to avoid that route at all costs right now. But you do catch your eyes as look around and then continue following you to the other gates of Barovia. These gates are very... You ever been in a city where there's like really tall buildings like skyscrapers and you sort of stand next to it and it feels like it's like almost going to fall on you? It's that kind of feeling. It's like that with the gates. It's like the doors themselves are people and they're sort of just watching you as you are walking up towards it. You squeeze through these slightly open gates and you find yourself greeted with another path into the woods, starting to spread out a little tiny bit into a more fieldish area. There are still places like woodlands around, but this path is starting to slide down, and because of this you can see a pretty nice view of your surrounding areas. You see the mountains to your right and left, really far in the distance, like days and days of traveling to get to those destinations. You see a kind of forest area far out in front, and as you continue his journey, Rain, you see a building. A tall building, sort of working its way up to the middle, up to the top, as it's sort of coming towards the pinnacle. At the top of this is a dome of some sort. It's a dome that's almost shaped like an onion. And in front of this are planks of wood broken apart in 4 different directions. Rain, you have this flashback of a painting in Death House that caught your attention.
Windmill? I have a deed for that. I own that bitch. Let's go.
Wait, that's yours?
I have like Rain like looks at your backpack and like opens it up and is like, I own that place. Legally, I own it.
Let's go.
My new house for when I'm stuck on land like I have been for the past several weeks.
This is where the campaign ends. You just retire in this windmill, and that's it. And that's all that happens. Nothing ominous at all.
I've never been to a friend's house before.
Well, we're gonna do that today because I own that windmill and it looks like there could be something weird in there.
I don't even think Rain's been to their own house before, so this is exciting.
Yeah.
I also didn't know that if you just stole a deed, suddenly the thing is yours, but good to know.
I made sure to look it up because I was like, that would be rude for me to have a deed to a thing that's not mine. But since I have the deed, it's legally mine. So everybody in there has to get out.
That's so great.
Unless they're a ghost, in which case you can stay as long as you're not a dick.
As you approach this onion-topped windmill, the onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy grey sky. You see grey brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on the wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
Rain's gonna lean over to Bakan and be like, "Can you see what that's about?"
I guess.
You can make an insight check if you want to.
I mean, it's a bird. You're a bird. I don't know if there's like.
I find that really offensive.
Oh no!
I find that really offensive. I don't go around saying like that's a pirate, you're a pirate, you guys must know each other. Anyways, I will go check it out because I probably do know a little bit something about it. A 12.
What's funny is that's exactly what you needed. So I'm not gonna say it's because you're a bird, dude.
Just say it.
Sure.
Just someone else.
You know what?
Just say
because
it.
you're a bird and you gave me permission to say it. Maybe it's your avian connection to this raven.
Yeah, I walk up and go, "Baka, motherfucker, what's up?"
Before you approach, you notice that it feels like you notice it's like movement, and it's kind of giving off this like warning to all of you. And as you approach it, caws and flies away, heading towards.
I'm not saying this because I'm a bird and that's a bird, but what it did was a warning. And yes, it's because we're both birds. I understood it.
Well, I own the property, so we got their death house. We just went up a cliff. I was in a backpack on a spider. Anything can happen right now.
Listen, I'm on a fuck it mood for today, so I'm down to go in. Davey, if you say we go, we go.
I want to go to the top.
We're gonna.
I guess
go
we're
to
going to the
top.
very top.
All right. As you approach, make a perception check, please, everyone.
20.
20, nice. What we got, guys?
I got a
24.
7.
24. Very much your sorry?
7.
It's such a
That
shame.
laugh was aggressive. That was
Um,
pointed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was a pointed laugh.
I do have a high pitched laugh when I want it. So maybe actually, Rain, roll me again. You get advantage on this one.
Because it's my house.
Yeah, for sure. Perhaps.
How do I roll for advantage? Is rolling twice?
So just take the higher number. You've already rolled one of them. Roll again and see if it's higher.
And 7 was still my higher. So I got a 5.
Boy. Maybe you're unconsciously trying to avoid this smell. Actually, I think that kind of makes
Avoid
sense.
Did you say smell?
Yeah, because the smell that Davy and Bakor have enter their sinuses is a smell of baking. Sweet smells of freshly baked pastries.
Oh, I'm gonna kick that bitch out of my house.
Does Davy recognize the smell?
Yes. Yeah, you do. You do.
Davy's gonna clap really excitedly and start rushing inside.
You're gonna rush poof, straight through. All right, all right.
I run right behind Davy. I
Okay.
said I'm letting Davy have her free reign for today. So here we go.
Let me just bring up the descriptions then, please, everyone. That'd be great. So as you poof, enter the ground floor, here's what happens. The ground floor has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of the chickens, you hear toads croaking. A sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with a stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odor comes from an open, upright barrel in the center of the room. Warmth issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up cause the old mill itself to shudder. The ceilings above you are around about 8 feet in height. Are you all in here?
I'm in, yes.
All right.
Does Rain like get the smell at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. This was
Okay,
a case
so
of like
Rain-
you catch it as soon as you're in. So yeah.
Knows exactly who this is, and it's like, oh, it's on.
Can Davy
So
rush
on.
towards the smell of the pastries?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You do see in the oven, the oven itself is like closed. It hasn't got a window as such. It's just a stone oven, but it's there for you.
Just open up the oven.
Now, in baking, if you open up too quick, it goes bad. But you go, and the cold air whisks into the oven, and you see freshly baked pies, almost done, start to collapse from the cold air rushing in because it wasn't done yet. These pies smell extremely sweet. You notice that these are different to the pastries that you had in Barovia. What you saw was like croissants with chocolate and stuff like that. These are homemade pies.
That doesn't look right. Davy's gonna try to They're gonna grab. I don't know if there's like a towel or something nearby, but they're gonna try to grab the pies out of the oven.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you grab there's definitely going to be something like that, right? You grab an oven mitt and you slide them out and you put them on the stove. Absolutely. And they look like they were... It's like the pies themselves are disappointed that you opened the oven too soon.
They're still really hot.
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor. As you see Davy go up to this oven, Bakor and Rain, you do notice that on the floor itself, there are... Oh, I need you all... I need you both, not Davy, because Davy's on the pies right now. I want you both to make either a medicine check. It can be nature as well. Medicine or nature, your call. I think they're both intelligence anyway, so...
9.
9?
I got a 12.
12? 12 is okay. So, Rain, you see that scattered amongst the floor are human bones. Just scattered kind of sporadically. You see, walking down the stairs are 2 elderly ladies. These ladies look haggard. There's a few warts here and there all over them. Their hair themselves is wild in form. You do see there's like sharp white bone looking like hair clips just threaded through. You notice that one of them has a kind of almost like a nest growing or forming at the top. And they look at all of you and go, "Hello, welcome, dear customer. What are you doing, dear?" And they look at you, dude. "Did you take them out the oven?"
Oh yeah, they smell really good. Something happened to them.
They're not done. They're not done. Oh dear. Oh dear, Morgantha's gonna be furious. Oh, okay.
She's gonna be like, it was an accident. She just didn't understand
Oh,
what was happening.
oh no.
Can we help you fix it?
I'll still eat them.
They're not ready for consumption yet, dear.
Can we buy them off you?
I think that'll suffice. Yes. They are a gold piece each, and there's 10 of them, by the way, in the tray.
Okay, so Rain's gonna pass over the money for that and be like, can I ask you two what your names are and how you found this this mill?
You see one of the ladies who has kind of a crooked nose as well. As you give her the gold, her fingers are much longer than they should be, to the point where it almost looks like there's an extra joint on them. As you drop the coins, and they slowly curl around. Well, I'm not too sure, but Mother, she is not here right now. She will be back soon. She's been on a journey to Valaki, and I believe she'll be here any moment. But maybe she can answer some questions for you. We're here to bake the goods and then give them to Mother to peddle her wares. I'm so sorry. Is there anything else you'd like to hear from us or anything like that?
Can I do some sort of a check to see if they're happy to be baking for this mother character?
Insight check will be the thing you're after here. Yes. Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
Bless you. 12.
12. They seem like they enjoy this. You heard the cackles upstairs before they actually came down anyway. So you get the idea that they are enjoying being here. Yeah, they feel right at home.
Okay, so Rain's gonna give like their most charming smile and be like, absolutely, I would love to talk to this mother character when she gets back. Because you guys look like you have a pretty good operation going on here with baking of the goods.
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
You should be. It's a great operation. But I was wondering how you found the mill, because this is my home. I've been gone for a while.
What do you mean, your home?
Can Rain show them the deed of the mill at a distance though, so they can't like snatch it?
Smart. Yeah, absolutely. You show them the deed, and you see their face from this like bright, happy kind of welcome customers went completely pale faced.
And Rain's gonna be like, I'm gonna leave again. I travel all the time, so I don't stay here very often, but it does make me worried that some people just moved in with that while I was gone. You guys can stay.
Oh dear.
You guys can do whatever. You can keep this operation going. I just need to know more details.
Do you want to kick out some elderly ladies out their home, would you?
Never. You guys can stay here. I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be traveling again soon anyways.
Dear.
Is there any repairs to the building I need to make while you guys are renting the space from me?
Renting? Let me like look at you like in this,
Well, if you guys are going to be using my home, I would like for it to benefit me in some way. If we can negotiate something with Mother that benefits both of us.
Oh dear.
Can I do a persuasion check?
You can absolutely. As you roll that, she goes, well, I have no power here, but when Mother's here, she can sort all this out, I'm sure.
I got a 27.
Yo. So you do see that, like, there is definitely this panic of, oh, shit. Oh, dear. So Mother should be here any moment now. Please, if you would like to stay and wait for her, that can be a thing. I can't help you. What is your name, dear?
My name is Viv.
Viv. Definitely make me what's the bloody word I'm thinking of? Deception check, please.
And Raina's gonna clarify. I have no intention of kicking you out for anything. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Viv, was it? Do you say?
Viv.
Viv. Mm-hmm. Viv is a lovely name, dear. And you do see the I do actually need to roll this one. Dirty 20, did you say? Did you say dirty 20? Okay, cool. I'm going to roll for this other one as well. Okay. So the one who's been actually talking to you throughout this entire encounter so far has been taken back, and there's like a little bit of panic setting off in her. The other one hasn't said a single thing. They're just staring at you. And right through you. And you see this one look at you and go, well, once Mother's here, I'm sure she knows what to do to make sure this is all cleared up. Meanwhile, take a seat, please, if you would like a pastry. Complimentary, of course, for this moment.
Rain's gonna hold Davy, like, already to the side.
We'll be right back. And she sort of pulls her sister up. Because you wanted the names, this is how you'll get them. Ophalia pulls Bella up. She's like, Bella, with me, please. Yes, Ophalia. And that's how you know their names. As they go up to the top. And you're you hear some chatter going on.
And Davy go to the barrel that had the toad noises coming out of and just open it up.
Yeah, let me just double check. Make sure I got this right for you. Give me a second. Because there's so many things in this place. By the way, while I'm looking this up, because anything you want to do?
I'm kind of just observing.
Cool. That's fine with me. If that's the case, then Bakor, roll me a perception check for me.
Got you. 15.
Okay. 15. Okay, we'll come on to that in a second. So for you, Davey, it's the wooden trunk that actually has the toads in them. The barrel is some kind of liquid, but you're looking at the toads, right? Is that the case?
Mm-hmm.
The moment you open it up, about 12 of the frogs just go and just bounce away and just escape immediately.
Can I try to catch one?
Make me add it'll be dexterity check, right? I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be dexterity versus. Well, it's actually your athletics, because if this is a grapple, it's your athletics versus their acrobatics.
Ah, boo.
I know.
Well, I rolled a natural 18, so that's a 17.
You might be able to breed them. They rolled a natural 13, but I don't know what I don't know what the athletics of a frog is or dexterity of a frog is. So let's figure it out. Frog. Only a +1 for frogs? What the fuck? That's awful. I'm gonna give it a +2 because it's a frog, but it still doesn't beat you. So yeah, you quickly, and it's just. I love making frog noises.
Toads and pies? This place is the best. I really like your home, Rain. Viv. What's your name?
Right here, right now, my name is Viv. And I also feel like it's important for the other party members to know as well that Rain is not their real name also.
I mean, yeah, if that's the thing. I will say this, though, Rain, just to rewind a little bit. Madam Eva never called you Rain. They called you by your original name.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever name you went by. So just want to give you a bit of flavor for that. Madam Eva said your name. Did not say it in front of others, but when it was one-to-one, they would have definitely called you by your original name.
Okay.
If you're okay with that as a player, by the way, because technically,
oh yeah, of
that could be
course.
dead naming. So I just want to make sure we're not dead naming. So yeah, just making sure. Yeah. So right now, the frog is still in your hand, Davey, as the other frogs are making a quick escape as that's happening.
They'll let the toad go after a while.
And it just escapes. Like, none of them hang around. They just go out. Bakor, with your perception check, you have a look at the barrel itself with the goop that's inside of it. And you definitely sense that there's some kind of magic happening with this barrel. Purely because you are connected into the divine spells, at least, or any kind of magic in that way. You can't comprehend at your level right now what this is for. I'll say, though, as it is moving around and bubbling, the surface itself has a little shimmer to it. And instead of just being just dark green ichor, it would become almost a mirror for a second and then go back into its liquid form. There's some weird feeling from this, at least. You're not too sure. It makes you uneasy. The chattering is still happening above. There is absolutely a moment when it gets dead quiet. The frogs are gone. The crackling of fire is still happening. The bubble of the ichor is surrounding you. There's a little bit of crunching underneath your feet as you are stepping on human remains, or unless you are avoiding that, of course.
Maybe he's picking up some of the bones.
Yeah,
Just putting them in
absolutely.
their pockets.
Yeah, totally fine. Rain, is there anything else you want to do specifically before we move on to the next bit? You got like, you wouldn't know you have a few minutes, but what would you do in this time while you're waiting for either the ladies to be finished upstairs or for Magantha to arrive?
I think Rain is going to try and assess how difficult it might. It right now in Rain's mind, this is a business opportunity, but Rain fully intends on coming back at some point and kicking them out because
For sure.
they've already learned at this point that just because you're an old lady doesn't mean you're a good person and there's human bones. I'm assuming Lint did tell us about the dream pastries having human bones in them.
Mm-hmm. They would have.
So
I believe. Let's assume they did.
yeah. So Rain's just going to try and look around and assess how powerful they are versus we are.
Oh my god.
And they've
okay.
already established the framework for being nice and being like, we're not here for a fight so that we can potentially escape easily if we need to. But Rain does want to get rid of them at some point.
So you're going to hate me for this, but make an insight check on this. Insight or Arcana, actually.
Guidance.
Have you eaten one of those pastries yet? Phoebe?
I was about to.
So as you guide, you also go, and you eat one. All right.
So I got... So an insight check.
Yeah, insight or Arcana, I don't mind.
Yeah,
which
insight
one you use.
I got a nat 20, it looks like.
Nice.
And then plus 4.
Plus 4, 24. You know the feeling you got when you walked into Madame Eva's tent?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. There's potential for power here, and it's not your power. You're in the home of someone, some people. With that insight, I will say you have got them against the ropes right now, metaphorically speaking.
With the deed?
With the deed. You got at least one of them against the ropes. You know that this could go sideways extremely quickly if you do the wrong thing. You don't know what the wrong thing is, but it could go wrong.
That's why Rain walked in with the attitude of, I'm not trying to kick you out. You keep doing you, boo. I just need a cut of the profit from that, maybe.
As you, is there anything else anyone wants to do? Just want to give one more chance before we move on.
Baby's eating the pie.
You have eaten the pie.
Just generally snooping around. Those are the only two.
I'd like you this time to actually make a con save.
Ooh, exciting.
Damn it.
I'm rolling really well tonight.
Good job.
22. I rolled a natural 19.
You feel your belly bubble a little bit. But right now you're more focused on like, yeah, pie than anything else. You're actually just enjoying the taste. It is not as good as the previous pastry because they have not finished yet. The dough itself is still a little bit wet. I don't want to say moist, Jesus. But yeah, it's okay. You do see, by the way, while you're like looking around while eating, in the cabinets there are like different items, like different jars of things. But as you see these jars, you notice that in them are some ingredients, right? Some just random ingredients, flour and all that kind of stuff. But there's also like animal remains, like animal bones. There's like some eyes, a piece of an antler. And they're just sort of floating around in these like greenish liquids.
Maybe take the antler.
Before you do that, you hear those two ladies come back down. I have just been informed that Mother is here, and she said that she has nothing to worry about and we'll sort it out with you. So, yes, we'll be upstairs minding our business. Goodbye. And as they go up, you see the doors to the windmill itself open up. And in front of you, you see Granny, the lady who sold you those wares. And you see that she has a big smile on her face after a very good, and she looks at you and goes, "Oh, hello."
Rain's gonna give a big smile and be like, but with that crack of a wrinkle in
Yep.
front of their brow, and be like, "Hi, Granny.
Oh, hi.
We have
It's-
some stuff to discuss."
I've heard all about it, dear. Funny. Could you show me the paper? Don't worry, I'm not going to mess around with it at all. She has a big smile
Rain's
on her
gonna
face.
hold it again at a distance, hold up the deed, and be like, "I don't know if your coworkers told you, but like, it's fine if you stay here and keep doing what you're doing. I don't really care about that, per se."
I understand perfectly well, dear, and it's lovely that you actually brought that. We actually looked for that a while ago. Thankfully, the actual ruler of these lands was kind enough to grant me this after their deed was basically revoked by Strahd. And you see that she pulls out her very own contract deed, explaining that Strahd has gifted them this windmill.
Does Strahd have that authority?
He's the owner of this entire land, dear. Yes, he's the ruler. In after all, I do enjoy your pizzazz in trying to get some money out of us and all that kind of thing. Maybe
I mean, you guys have a really respectable like operation going on here.
I appreciate
so-
it, dear. I'm very, very grateful that you thought that you could take advantage of our poor old frames. But
Like
unfortunately,
you take advantage of all of the people that live here with your fucked up pastries.
you see that there's like this little bit of a twinge in her eye as you just said fucked up pastries. Whatever do you mean, dear?
They're delicious. But you mess with them to make them addictive.
Well,
I thought maybe if you were like an actually good baker, maybe you wouldn't need to do that.
oh, by the way, as they entered, the vibe you got in this this building was like power, right? When she entered, the power collected and grew.
You can't tell me that after I talk shit.
Yeah, but your insight's not that good right here. So here you go. But but she just sees that, like, she just looks at you and goes, "Now, dear, we provide the ingredients to help people feel a bit better about themselves. And unfortunately, some people have addictive personalities. Now, we offer them a fair price. They know what they are asking for. They appreciate it. And then we sell them."
Oh, by the way, my friend here did fuck up some of your pastries when we came in by accident, but I already paid for them.
Wonderful. That's a great transaction, dear. If you would like to put those remains away, that'd be lovely. Or else I can do it myself. It's totally fine as well.
No, I think she's gonna eat them anyways, even if I stop her, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Do you have any other dream pastries?
No.
No.
We sold out now, dear. Maybe come back tomorrow or something. But listen, you seem like a curious bunch. How may I help you? What are you here for? What are you here in these lands for? Maybe I can be of assistance to you.
I'm trying to figure out. You said I had one of them against the ropes, and I don't understand.
Uh,
If Strahd gave them the deed, how do I have one of them against the ropes?
So the one you had against the ropes did not know that her mother had the other contract.
And Strahd is such a pain in the ass.
So, you're more than welcome to have assistance from myself. I do know these lands quite well.
Actually, yeah. Are there any monsters coming up on our path or anything that we should bear in mind as we continue forward?
The lands ahead are dangerous indeed. I cannot foresight that there are things ahead that you have to be aware of. Just have your wits about you, dear. Listen. My daughters and I have a lot of work to do. I know you came here assuming you'd be able to, well, take ownership of our humble abode. But unfortunately, you're wrong. Thankfully, our Master Strahd was kind enough to provide this for us.
Can I maybe do an insight to see? I don't know how I'd be able to do an insight into. I wonder if Rain could negotiate a better deal than Strahd. Because, like, if Strahd's an asshole to them and they're under his thumb, Rain could be like, actually, if you rent this place from me, it would be better conditions, better terms.
I mean, you can do, but...
What's the point of having the deed to the windmill if it's just gonna not matter later anyways?
I think here's the thing. Because they've just claimed ownership and proved that they are the owners, it's hard to get them to rent from you because it's not yours now.
Listen, but what if Strahd is the worst
landlord?
Yeah, landlord.
He's the worst. He doesn't do the bill, like he doesn't do any like maintenance. You see Morgantha look at you, go, oh, actually, dear, he provided something that all we needed was this facility. Honestly, we find it quite charming here. So, you know. I'm sorry, you two, and technically we 3 or 4. Hi. What are your
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello again, dear. Are you after anything here at all, or are you just along for the ride with this person?
I was mostly just following the smell. Although, you're an old lady that lives in a house with food that I ate. You know any other old ladies that live in houses? There was one in the woods once. Really nice mushroom garden. You know her?
I'm not sure, dear. I kind of keep to myself and my sisters. We go back and forth between Barovia and Valaki. We peddle our wares. And we make a bit of coin. That's it, really. I'm getting old, you see. Travelers taking it out to me, so as old ones tend to stick to ourselves eventually. Now,
Thank you for the pies.
you're most welcome, dear.
And again, sorry that we messed up an entire batch of them.
You're more than okay, dear. You're more than okay.
I have a question. What's in this cauldron? What's up with that?
This, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this, for me, is... Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check?
Mm-hmm.
19.
So, I use this, dear, as... Well, sometimes I have to keep an eye on my customers.
So you're spying on people?
Well, some people will give feedback, but they kind of want to be polite, you know? So, when they have their pie and they walk away or whatever I give them, I like to see what their real reaction is, more than anything.
That's smart.
Indeed. And then I can improve on everything there. Magic has its uses, dear.
So the flavor of the pastries, is that affected by magic, or are they just that good?
Well, that's the goodness, and I like to sprinkle a little bit on top too.
Okay, well then I rescind my earlier statement. Maybe you are a pretty good baker, right?
Thank you, dear. And she gives you like a little wink.
Can
Now,
I do like an insight check on what they said to see if that's true?
of course you can.
23.
23. This is important. Hang on. They're full of shit.
They're full of shit.
Lying through their crooked teeth.
Okay, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
There is a
And
save
then-
to that. There is a save to
Huh?
that.
There's a save to it.
Yes. Now this Zone of Truth, does it come from? Is it from you outwards, or do you choose the location where it happens?
You create a magical zone that guards against deception. I create a zone, so I guess I get to choose where it happens.
Sure. So you just want to place it on her?
Yeah.
Is it a charisma save?
A charisma saving throw, yes.
Let me have a double check on things. What's your
15.
15? You do know this, by the way. You actually do know if they fail or succeed. They do succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here's the thing. Zone of Truth. What components are needed? So, you know when it says like, it should say components and it should have like V, S, or M. What is there? Just so I know.
Can you say that again?
So certain spells have components, right? Things that need to happen for the spell to go off. So if like in Naruto we do like those signs, like those and it's a similar kind of thing when it comes to spells. So some spells you need to pull out an Eye of Newt or something, or batshit for Fireball. So Zone of Truth would have, hang on a second. So Zone of Truth components is VS. V is verbal components and S is somatic components, which means what happened was you would have moved your hand in a certain way to cast this spell and said certain arcane words or divine words for this to appear. It does appear, and Magantha looks at you.
The moment that Baka starts casting, Davy's symbiotic entity just
Oh.
And Rain was actually
Just in
trying
case.
not to start
Oh.
a fight.
Oh.
It's not anything you can see. It's just something that activates.
Are they, what's the description of symbiotic entity? Are they invisible at all?
You can use Wild Shape to awaken the spores that infuse you to gain temporary hit points, and it does additional damage and stuff.
So it says there's nothing about like there's anything popping up whilst invisible or anything like that. I don't think they can see invisibility. I don't think so. Just want to double check is all.
Halo of spores on. This sort of empowers their.
Okay, cool. As long as it's like, you know, a thing that isn't seen by people unless they can see.
But maybe I'm wrong.
No, that's cool. No problem. All right. Okay. She looks at you, Bakor. Tilts her head, and there's a little crack in the neck. And it slightly tilts a little bit too far. My dear, why would you do such a thing?
Oh shit. Hold on. How do I say this without starting a fight?
Ah, good luck, dude. You cast a spell.
It's too late though.
No.
I just I'm familiar with, you know, magics and stuff. And this cauldron here feels a little more ominous than you just trying to make sure your ingredients are to standard.
Right. Interesting. Looks at you, Davy. Now, I need you to make a deception check, Davy, because with this thing popping up, there had to be some kind of trigger kind of thing, like emotional trigger or something like that. So I want to see a bit of a deception check to see, because if it's just a case of like a silent fart, it's not really, you know what I mean? It can't just be, there has to be something. So just let's have a look if we can deceive them a little bit.
No, it's a 6. Davy fully freezes up and clutches their staff. Mushrooms start to grow from their staff a little
Okay.
bit, and it's obvious
Cool.
that like
Okay.
they're
Damn,
on guard.
You took it for another level. They look at you all and go, now, dears, I am, and we are, salespeople. First and foremost, I would not recommend doing what you might want to do right now. If there's something you want from me regarding information, I can give you information, dears, about, well, these lands and where you might be heading. But if you're here to claim our home, that is not going to happen. And there's this, like, has anyone watched The Shining before?
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing, like, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's where Jack Nicholson, like, leans his head forward and looks
like the
up.
Kubrick stare or something?
That's exactly it, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And eyes you, Rain. And there's this crack of a smile on her face.
Rain's gonna look back, still with that little bit of a line in her brow, but otherwise no expression. And Rain has, like, since accessing this level of power that they have now, they notice that it does tend to fluctuate in and out with their emotions. And Rain sort of picks up on the fact that perhaps Baka had fucked up, and perhaps Davy did as well. And while Rain was like, I'm like irritated, like there's an irritation of like, I'm trying not to start a fight because I can tell they're stronger than we are. But then those two irritations sort of like hone in on the old lady, and Rain sort of gives back an equal glare of their own in the same way. And they can feel a hum from their unknown patron sort of settling in.
Yeah, I get
and
that. Yeah.
While they're not nearly as powerful as the lady, there's definitely like a presence is now weighing down on the whole room.
Yeah.
And Rain just goes, I have zero interest in wasting my time fighting you. You're a lot stronger than we are, and we're outnumbered. I'm sure we are. I'm sure you've got tricks up your sleeve. But you can't blame me for trying to make money or trying to do something smart in as fucked up a place as this.
I do respect the hustle, dear.
You've got a great business going. This is awesome. This is great.
And you know what's interesting about this business?
Yes, ma'am.
People show their true colors. Those hideous colors. Those poor things. We simply offer the parents a choice. And it's very, very strange how easily they will just hand them over.
Can Rain cut through this immediately? Like the level of anger just spikes sharply. Not trying to start a fight with the old lady, but Rain wants to cast like arms of like booming blade or eldritch blast on that cauldron and then make a break for it. Like everybody run or hit the ceiling above to crumble anything.
Ooh.
Like they can't win the fight, but Rain can inconvenience them for a while.
Yeah. As you tell me, what spell are you trying to cast?
I want to do Eldritch Blast.
Okay. I believe Eldritch Blast, you have to choose a creature.
I have to choose a creature?
I believe so. Read Eldritch Blast for me.
I have that pulled up already.
I hope so. I mean, I could be
crackling
wrong.
energy streak towards a creature within range.
So, You
So can Rain pick up a frog, throw it at the ceiling, and then
can...
pop it?
I just heard myself laugh at that. Yeah. Yeah, you can. The moment you begin to cast it, Davy and Bakor, you see a quick flicker of the hand from Morgantha as Eldritch Blast dissipates. She walks over to the pot and goes, "Dear, we can't knock on the cauldron, be upset. When we lose an argument..." It's another click on the barrel. The cauldron. "Sometimes you got to take the loss and move on." Another click. "Now, you're welcome to buy more pastries. You're more than welcome to make a deal with myself. My daughter's upstairs for any more information. If you want any help, we are gladly here for you. But if we're not going to go into business, I request you leave." You do hear a cackle of laughter from the sisters upstairs. I need you all to make a perception check real quick in this moment of like heavy atmosphere surrounding this. It's like it's almost like an arcane stare down about like pulling triggers and things.
I got a 5.
Nice. Rain, you're
11.
you're so focused in on what this lady's saying to you.
15.
Take advantage, Davy, actually.
Ooh.
Can I sleight of hand take Strahd's deed from her as we're leaving?
She's really far away. she's
God damn it.
she's a smart cookie.
25.
Yeah, there's a reason for this, Davey. I'm not just giving you for free. The cackling upstairs is also greeted by the sound of children crying. 2 child voices just crying, and you hear a shush, 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 shush. And as the tapping on the cauldron comes to completion, you see out of this ichor a form starts to rise. It stands.
You say you do business?
Of course, dear. This creature out of this barrel, if you would, starts to stand up, and you see this bulbous thing with skin, but it's almost peeling off as it emerges from this goop.
Well, what if we buy them off of you?
Buy
Look for the
them.
kids.
Buy them, dear.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to offer?
The deed. In case anything happens to Strahd, you still aren't sure to place to
We
live.
don't need that deed, dear.
God damn it!
Please. Cute try, though. But
There's
that's
no point in getting that stupid deed in the
that-
first place.
it's to make you have a false sense of security. That,
Exactly.
that fire, dear, just put it in there. Don't worry about it. Or we can put it on display. Or keep it. Keepsake.
How many pies is one?
Oh, you're talking gold.
Mhm.
I'm not interested in gold. Tell me,
What do you want?
something of yours.
The atmosphere from Rain gets a lot fucking heavier.
She turns to you and goes, "I'll gladly bring these children back to you."
I have, they will start going through their pockets and be like, I have this magical cracked glass orb and this old key and this cheese. Do you
Dear.
like cheese?
Dear, dear. She points at you and it like almost sinks in to you. No, dear. Something of yours. And we'll pick that up next week.
Oh, god damn it.
Damn it.
I want to shout out Fury of the North in the chat, who's been making immaculate movie references
100%.
this entire time.
100%. Yep. Well, gunfire, y'all. From some little old ladies.
Okay,
Oh, gonna need
Rain is
Baba
gonna
Yaga
kill
vibes.
Strahd
Baba
and
Yaga.
then come back for this windmill.
What? Yo,
Rain is gonna kill Strahd and then come back for the windmill.
and live here out of spite.
Yeah.
I respect that. Yeah, that's it, y'all. That's it. So, next session, I believe will be next week. We'll pick it up. And again, if you want to make a deal with these people, you are more than welcome to. The cost of that might be high, but we're going to look through it. We're going to see what you lot can offer our 3 people. I gotta keep saying people right now because I can't really spoil anything. But thank you, players. That's been a fucking great session. Really fun session today. I straight up thought you were just gonna fucking attack them, and I was like, how's this gonna go? This could go this way, this way, this way. Oh, I don't know. It's very interesting to see.
My Discord saw that I had eaten the pastry in a previous thing, and they were like, hey, just like as a pro tip, we love to see you suffer and we would love to see you die horribly, but we really like the other characters maybe. So maybe avoid that.
I mean, if it comes to blows, there's a path that takes. There's a path that this takes. I've homebrewed stuff with every decision you guys make. I'm like making paths. So whatever you want to do, if you feel like that's the thing you want to do, we can play that. It's totally cool. But for now,
I'm gonna fucking die.
Hey,
We're gonna die. Yep.
oh, this is actually really important. Where's Irina?
I'm assuming she went with us, I guess.
She's with the horses.
Well, actually, no, because she has something to do with Strahd, and these ladies work with Strahd, so it'd be better if we left her out.
Well, you didn't know that they worked with
Yeah.
Strahd.
So what do you think Arena, like we would not have told Arena what to do, so what do you think Arena would have done?
Dro, you've rolled Goss. Naomi, can you roll a d20? If it's below a 10, she comes in with you. That's gonna be really important.
10 exactly?
Oh, I said above a 10, didn't I? No,
You
below
said
a
below a
10. 10 exactly. Here's the thing. Irina, if she waited outside, Morgantha would have seen her as she entered. She would have bought Pyre. We'll pick it up next week. That's really interesting. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off there, y'all. Thank you, players, for being so goddamn good. I'm really looking forward to next week. It doesn't always have to come to fights, which is really nice. It's fun for me. Yeah, let's just finish off. So let's finish off with thanking Gossamer Art for playing Rain so fucking wonderfully. It really is awesome to have that kind of tension. It's what we want in this. And obviously we have Hydro playing Bakor, the kind of not the level-headed person I thought we were going to be initially. Now we're like just leaning into the chaos, which is wonderful. And Naomi bringing the epitome of childish chaos with Davey. I do appreciate it. And obviously, hopefully, Turquoise Magpie will be here next week because I miss Soph. I don't want to do anything with Lint because Soph plays Lint way better than I could ever do so. But again, if anyone wants to support the stream, not support the stream actually, support our artist, please make sure you are using the Pally command. Make sure if you haven't followed our wonderful players, make sure you're checking them out as well. Next week, pick up with the conversation, the deals we make with some old people. Anyone who's played D&D before knows exactly what we're dealing with here, and that makes me happy, you know. And I'll say this, Hydro, what you mentioned earlier gives this vibe. You're on point. Anyway,
Perfect.
we're gonna finish, and thank you all so much. I'll post up the VODs and all that kind of stuff in the next few days. But apart from that, y'all, say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Bye.